that bass kick.
Hey guys, I'm Luke Davis from Luke Davis Photography and I'm here for LeClubz TV. Now this week we were at Masif and what we decided to do was a Masif special. They had Brennan Hart out here, who is a huge international DJ, and what we're going to do now is have a chat with him and see what he had to say about his little trip here. We're also going to speak to Steve Hill and find out what his insight is towards Masif.
You can do whatever the fuck you want, but if you walk this way, you better fit in or fuck off. Fit in or fuck off, motherfucker. This is me, these are my people. We party harder than the others, you know. We're born free, created equal. We can be friends if you respect the code. There's no room for hating in this life we love, it's either fit in.
Hey guys, I'm here for LeClubz TV for the Masif special. I'm here with Fabian, aka Brennan Hart. Now, Brennan Hart, firstly I want to ask you, I've heard that you're always running late. Were you running late tonight?
Actually, it's 1:10 and I have to play at 2, so I'm not running late today.
Not too bad, huh?
No.
Now, I also wanted to ask you, you've made a lot of powerhouse tracks in the hardstyle scene. Tracks like Lose My Mind, Imagination. How do you feel when you drop a track like that and you see the reaction from the crowd, people crying?
Yeah, I mean, when I'm in the studio, I just start with an idea, and it's still like crazy when I do something in the studio when it turns out to be like a big track on the dance floor. I never think about it like that, you know? It's like creating a track and follow whatever happens in the studio. And when I would think about it like what you just described, I wouldn't be able to make music anymore, because then you're gonna work the other way around, you know? It just happens, I guess, and that people like the music is like, I love that, you know, but it's about creating a track and I don't think about it.
This is me, these are my people. We party harder than the others, you know. We're born free, created equal. We can be friends if you respect the code. There's no room for hating in this life we love. It's either fit in or fuck off.
I also wanted to ask you now, your name's Brennan Hart. How did you come up with that name? Did you have any other names that you thought about?
Yeah, it's a long story. Back in the days, I did like a lot of projects, and I had a name for every track. Like I came up with a million names, and this name was one of them. And it's like an old A&R manager, and he kind of fucked me over with a deal. And we took the letters of his name and changed it into like a new thing, and then Brennan Hart came up.
Fuck off.
Now, I also wanted to ask you, you fly all around the world, you're always in studio. What do you like to do when you're not doing anything?
Oh wow, yeah, lately after Exclusive it's the first time I actually started to take time off. I went on a holiday to Dubai. It's like the first holiday in 10 years. Because people think like if you travel a lot, it's like holiday. But we travel and we play and there's a lot of pressure and making new tracks, and I mean it's really a good job, I love it. But it's hard to take time off. So actually, to answer that question, I never had time to take time off because I was pushing for new projects like a documentary, the label. So right now I'm at a time in my life where I'm trying to find time to actually enjoy and do stuff. And I don't know what to do. I think I want to go more to the gym, enjoy more time with family and that kind of stuff. That's really important. And the thing is, when you do this job, it's something you really love, and there's always something to do. You know, you can imagine it's like more than a hobby, more than a passion. So it's always fun to continue work, and it's hard to take time off.
I've also had a question from a radio station, Matt from Beats Radio. He wanted me to ask you, what's on your iPod? What music do you listen to?
Yeah, all kinds of stuff. I like music from Hans Zimmer, like movie scores, stuff from Coldplay, rap music, trance music, house music, everything. Like most of the times I don't listen to hardstyle in the car or on my iPod, but that's something I do like from Monday till Friday, and I play it in the weekends. But sometimes I listen to podcasts or stuff in the car as well.
Do you draw inspiration to create some of your music from those artists?
Yeah, not so much from hardstyle, but more from other styles. I enjoy listening to every kind of style you can imagine.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Brendan Hart, thanks for watching. We'll be back soon.
Thank you.
Fuck off. This is me. This is my music.
That was Brendan Hart, guys. It was really cool for us to catch up with him, get a little insight to his view on the scene. Now we're going to catch up with Steve Hill, who is one of the owners at Masif, and see what he has to say. Hey guys, we're here for LeClubz TV. We are doing a massive special this week. I'm here with Steve Hill. Now Steve, one thing I've noticed about Masif is there is a crowd that's here every week. How do you keep it fresh? How do you keep it fresh and different for the crowd?
Look, we try and do try and represent all the colours of the harder styles. So one week you'll get like Brendan Hart or someone like that. A couple of weeks ago we had a couple of cult sort of big hard trance DJs like Asis and Alex Kidd. So it changes every week. We've got John Askew in a couple of weeks. He's a big trance producer DJ, and so we just mix it up. But we've got like a real loyal following. So they just sponges for new music, and that's what we try and promote.
Now you've been travelling all around the world. Is there anything you can tell us about any new releases or anything like that?
I just got back from the UK, and I'm going back in a couple of weeks. I'm trying to finish my new album, and it's Hard Trance is My Life Volume 2. The first one came out 3 years ago, but I keep making new records, and then I think I finished the album, and then I want to make something new, so it keeps evolving. And I've got 100 tracks sitting there, so I've just got to decide which ones to use, and then go for it.
Now, I've also noticed that you play under a few different aliases. I'm just curious as to why you use different names. Is it for different genres or?
Yeah, I used to do it a lot. I don't do it as much anymore. You just come up with different names and you'd work with a different person, and every time you work with that person, you'd record under a different name. Whereas now, I'd rather just record under my name and they record under theirs, and then they know what everyone's bringing to the table. A bit like, say, if Headhunters went with Noise Controllers, you'd know what that track would be like rather than setting up a whole new name. So I don't do it as much as I used to, but that was the reason why we did it, because you'd be working with different people, so you'd do different names every time you worked with a different person. Whereas now you have your own sort of identity, and that's what you focus on.
Now, when you started Masif, did you have any idea how far it would go?
Not really, because we're DJs. We wanted to put on a night that we would want to go to. That's our main ethos. That's what we want to do, and so we really care about what people think about the club. So they tell us, they give us feedback, and we try and give them what they want every week.
Now, Steve, with the new lockout laws, how does that affect your club, or how does it affect your punters?
Well, look, I think it infringes on people's freedom to go out and party in the way that they want to. We're quite lucky at Masif. We have a very safe environment. We have ID scanners. You know, we really try to have the safest club environment that we possibly can. So I'm not really a firm believer in the lockouts. I think there's other ways to solve this problem that's going on with violence on the streets. It's affected our numbers a little bit because some of our crowd do come in later, but tonight we're sold out and everyone's in, and it's not even 1 o'clock. So it's still a good time to come to Masif.
That was Steve Hill, guys. What we're going to do now is have a quick break, and then we'll be back more with 2 more interviews and some more footage for you guys.
Let the bass kick.
Alright guys, what we're going to do now is catch up with Jade, who interviewed Hard Kitty. Hard Kitty is one of the banging female DJs in Sydney, so let's see what she had to say.
Sleep to dream tonight. Fill the empty spaces that shadows left behind. You and I will create.
Hi LeClubzers, it's Jade here and I'm outside Masif on a Saturday night. I'm joined by Kat, aka Hard Kitty. Now, Hard Kitty.
Stop laughing.
Hard Kitty, she's a resident, the summer resident DJ at Masif. What do you enjoy about playing here?
I mainly really enjoy dancing in sweaty armpits, and yeah, do you know what? It's like Masif is amazing. It's like a massive party environment. Like people tend to just like let it all go, not totally in like a bad way, but yeah, it's like a place where people go and have fun. It's very relaxed, and yeah.
Now, you are from the UK, so how does the UK differ from playing here in Australia?
Actually, the main thing is about geography. So, in the UK, everything is within a drive. You know, each city is like maybe at most 2 hours drive away. So, if there's something that's not going on in your city, you can literally just like hop on a train and just go to the next city. Whereas with Australia, you're really like locked to one place, and it's good and bad. It means that obviously lots of different crowds grow up almost in their own sort of microcosm. So each city I play at is very different. It has its different music styles, its different dancing styles, all of which are really hilarious.
Galaxies of lights surround and break down all the fears, the shadows left behind.
And I guess the travelling would be a bit of a challenge. What other challenges do you find in the industry?
I think it's different depending on what stage of your DJ career you're in. So if you're a very new DJ, it's very hard to get your foot in the door. And I think probably that's the hardest thing for most people in their experience. There are so many DJs and so few clubs now that the competition is very, very high. And in particular, if you've not got experience, getting yourself out there in front of crowds is very, very tough. But I would say that's probably the biggest challenge. The second biggest challenge is that the general bar to DJ has become a lot lower. It's a lot easier to DJ, a lot of new technology. And what's happened is people are actually moving away from DJing and more to production. So now you have producer DJs rather than DJ producers, which is an interesting sort of thing, because although it's both music, they're both very, very different skills.
Kat or Hard Kitty, is there anything else you want to say to maybe some of the viewers or some of your fans out there? Any tips you want to give to them?
Yes. No matter what scene you're in, it's a very, very small scene. Like even house, even some of the more global ones, and it's really, really important to sort of be polite to people. People move around, and after a few years, you'll find out that you'll re-meet these people again. And I think a lot of people forget that. It's a really, really small scene. So yeah, be polite, be nice, be kind and be courteous and care about people. I'd say that's the most important thing.
Alright guys, that was Jade and Hard Kitty. Hope you liked that little interview. What we're going to do now is catch up with Wissam. Now Wissam is a videographer. He does events all over the world. I think he's been to 24 countries in the last 6 months. So let's see what he had to say. Hey guys, I'm here with Wissam. Now, Wissam does a lot of the video. He does after movies. I want to ask you, how did you get involved with doing this?
Well, I guess I started at film school, and when I finished, I sort of didn't really know what to do. I mean, there was a lot of like work as like an intern and stuff in film and TV, but I sort of decided to just go buy my own camera and just see how it goes as a freelancer. And I actually got a free gig at World Square Pub, which is a horrible club at the time, but you know, just learned a lot from that first gig, and then from there just progressed, started getting paid, and eventually, you know, made a big move over to Europe, and you know, I got to film now. I've filmed the biggest music festivals in the world, I mean, including Tomorrowland and stuff. So,
can you tell us a bit about starting out here, and now all of a sudden you're getting flown all over the world? How do you feel about that?
Oh, it's, you know, sometimes it's hard to, you got to pinch yourself. I mean, last year I went to, I think it was over 24 countries in the space of 6 months.
Wow.
And not only in like dance music and EDM, but also I've done like a wildlife film in Botswana and South Africa. So that was amazing. But you know, what's coming up as well is really exciting. So I haven't really slowed down. I've got in a few days a music video in Miami for Gareth Emery, who is one of my favorite DJs. And then after that, shooting Ultra Music Festival Miami with the Final Kid crew. And it's just, yeah, I mean, you just got to pinch yourself sometimes. I'm really appreciative of all of it as well. So.
Nice to catch up with Wissam. What we're going to do now, guys, is take a quick break, and we'll be back shortly.
Let the bass kick.
Welcome to the archive. You are now entering Pandora.
Alright guys, what we're going to do now is catch up with Brendan, who is DJ BBC. He's also one of the founders of the Hard Music Appreciation Society.
Pandora.
Hey guys, I'm Luke Davids from Luke Davids Photography, and I'm here for LeClubz TV. I'm here with Brendan from BBC. Yeah, Brendan, you actually run HMAS. Can you tell us a bit about that firstly?
Well, basically it's a community for people who love hardstyle. It's completely non-profit. Basically we just have fun, talk about hardstyle, host some parties, the whole lot.
Awesome. Now, what kind of style of music do you play?
Well, basically I started with trance, but I've kind of more moved into hardstyle. I love the harder beats. Cheesy, raw, it doesn't really matter as long as it's hard.
Cool. Now, what kind of venues can we find you at?
Massive Saturdays most of the time. Occasionally you find me at random events like Escape or Reload, I guess, yeah. That's about it.
Awesome. Alright guys, we're going to throw up some links so you can find HMAS on Facebook. Alright guys, what we're going to do now is catch up with Adem. Now Adem sells tickets to pretty much every single party in Sydney. If you've bought tickets, good chances you've bought them from him. We're going to catch up with him and see what he has to say.
Okay, so I'm joined by Adem now. He's one of the promoters here at Masif on Saturdays. Adem, tell us a little bit about yourself. What got you into promoting?
I started 5 years ago. It was first with Q Dance. It was a thing on the side for me, in addition to career and education-wise. And from there, it's kind of grown to where it is today. And at the moment, I'm kind of known as the go-to guy for hardstyle parties, I guess.
Okay, and how do you draw crowds in? What's your technique, your marketing tool?
I promote predominantly online through paid advertising campaigns, and I also utilize email and text message service to reach out to my crowd, but I focus on providing good content first, and the promoting and ticket event sales come second to that.
What drew you to Masif? I mean, what do you like about it?
After working for some other parties, I was kind of attracted to the family-like structure that everyone in the scene has. And after I met a few people, I came to check it out, and then I contacted the guys, Jason, to see if I could promote for them. And since then, I've been more involved with their events and sold tickets for them now. So.
Perfect. And where do you see yourself going? You know, what are your future plans?
Well, at the moment, I'd like to utilize the image I've created in the scene as a trustworthy go-to guy. So I'm working on a merchandise brand at the moment called Live For This, and I'll have a store that'll be on sale at a few upcoming parties, and I'll just see where it goes from there.
Thanks, Adem. What we're going to do now is catch up with Sash. Now, Sash works at the front door at Masif. I was lucky enough to interview her. She's a good friend of mine, so let's check it out.
Pandora.
Now guys, when you come to Masif and you enter the club, you come upstairs, Sash will be the first person that you see. She sits at the door. Now, I've known you for a very long time.
Yes.
How did you get involved with Masif?
It started out as just not even like a weekly, every second Saturday. My girlfriend rings me up and they were short of staff for the guest list. So I did it for the first time and I was like, ooh, I love this. I love coming here and getting paid for it and having a good time too. And not only that, I got to know the boys, Joe Pulsar, Jason Sway and Steve Hill. They're really good friends of mine. So it helps to, you know, to work in an environment where you get along with, you know, not only just your boss, but your good friends.
Now, what would you say is the hardest part of your job?
Oh my God, there is, well, no, there isn't any hard part of my job. I love what I do. I love coming here every week, once a week, and it's my going out, my outing. So it's great because you come here and it's a family unit. It's really tight and everybody's like a family. So it's like a second home to me. So yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks guys. So make sure when you come up the stairs to Masif, give Sash a big smile and you say hi. All right guys, I hope you enjoyed our special at Masif. Thanks for watching. I'm Luke Davids and this is LeClubz TV.
Let the bass kick.